Morning all, happy Friday. We have got a slightly more relaxed coffee run this morning happening. I've been out on a walk, which has been really great, and just wanted to get back in and celebrate with you guys. It is Friday. Happy Friday. So the way that I like to do Fridays on the coffee run is do it as the circle of love. Now, what this means, if you imagine that we're all sitting around in a circle and we are all absolutely excited, we're pumped, we're a little bit tired, but we have really stretched ourselves and we've achieved some amazing things. And around this circle, as you look around, you can start to see, or you do see, the other people around you who also have been doing something really, like they've done things really fabulously. They've exceeded expectations. They've put in a really great effort. They've fallen down and they've picked themselves back up and they're getting back up on the horse and they're doing all of that really cool kind of stuff. So in this circle of love, what happens is we go around the circle and you talk about something that you think that you have done really well, or you put in a really big effort, you've tried really hard, you kept getting yourself back up no matter how much you feel like you've fallen over, or no matter how anxious you felt, or no matter how awkward things have been, or whatever it is, but you've managed to get back up on that horse and keep going. So what is something that you have noticed for you that's been really awesome? That internet connection do what it needs to do. The next thing that has been, really awesome that I want you to pay attention to and share with us is what is something else when you look around that circle, what is something else that the other people or a particular person has, in your opinion, done really well? And then what is the really beautiful, most awesomest thing that you are celebrating today about whatever it is? So for me, it's been a really big week. I had a really big weekend last weekend in Melbourne with my husband celebrating our birthday. Mine is next week, his is last week, my girlfriend's are this week, and another one next week, and we celebrated going away. So it was a big weekend, and then I left home on Tuesday morning. Now, some of you may or may not realize or know I work through and deal with on a regular basis a fair bit of anxiety. And it's not something that I really kind of have noticed all the time to have, but there's different times where it becomes a lot more apparent or a lot harder to kind of work through and sort of deal with in different kinds of situations. So when I travel to places that I don't know, and if I'm in places where I don't know the surrounds, I tend to just kind of hide out in hotels. I don't usually kind of go out and explore unless I've been out and done different things with different people. So I've been coming to Sydney pretty regularly for just over a year. Good morning, Tina. And I haven't really had the time nor the brain space actually to kind of get out and see the different things. So I'm really celebrating this week getting out of my own comfort zone, wandering around, exploring a little bit more. It might not sound like anything much, particularly for those of you who are like, oh, Nicola, like you're an extrovert, you're really confident, you can go and do all the things. It's not always that easy for me. So I'm really celebrating that this week. Something that I've noticed other people doing really well. So I think that the thing, when I look around the different communities that I'm a part of, the thing that I'm really impressed with is that most people don't seem to be, oh, we're in slow down mode just yet. They are very much still hustling, pumping, getting things done, showing up, giving out proposals, running webinars, getting on the phone, talking to people, doing all of the things, right? And I think that that's really cool. so many people that I've seen over the years are like, oh, you know what, I'm not going to make any more sales between now and Christmas. You know, it's like the 3rd of December. Today is the 7th of December. And they kind of like, they already get in wind down mode where you've got a massive opportunity for the next 3 weeks to still capitalize on what is a really great time of year. So I'm celebrating those of you who are still showing up, who are still getting out there, who are still doing the do and really making stuff happen. The other thing that's really great, I've seen people launch new challenges this week. I've seen people launch new marketing campaigns this week that are really creative, that I'm like, oh man, I wish I'd thought of that, or that looked really awesome. You know, you guys who are against all odds and against all self-doubt and everything else, you are still getting out there and trying to help some people, which is really, really cool. The other thing that I'm really celebrating this week is the opportunity to really start to talk even more about visible, about you going from invisible to visible online, you going from kind of dreaming about this really awesome business and profile and presence that you can have to becoming really iconic and actually doing it. Meeting some new people and being able to talk about it. It's one thing to talk about what you do and your philosophies with people that you know and people who are familiar with you. And it's quite a different experience to talk with people who have had no exposure to you. So I'm really celebrating that, and the clarity and the succinctness with how I can really explain what it is that we do. So as you're watching this replay, let us know, what are you celebrating? What's a circle of love for you? What have you done really well? What is something you've noticed someone else do really well? And what are you really proud of? What are you celebrating this week? On that note, I am going to go and get prepared. My husband's arriving today into Sydney. I'm going to go and have Christmas lunch with a group of amazing people who I'm privileged and honoured to call my friends, who are also business colleagues and former masterminds. So I'm really excited to go hang out with them a little bit more. And let's see what happens in Sydney town tonight. So have a really great day. I'm looking forward to catching you on Monday. A couple of things to look out for. I'm running a webinar next week, the first one in a few months, and I'm really excited to step you through that visible process map so that you're able to get out there and help more people. You can see there'll be some ads that you'll see for the content map, the digital content map, making sure that you can really create a very clear and consistent message throughout 2019. And there's also a free chapter of the book floating around. So if you need help with visibility, if you need help with social media, there are a slew of resources, tools, trainings, hints, tips, guides, books, lives to help you do that. Most of all, get out there, have fun, go help some people, and get visible. I'll talk to you all next week. Bye.